Hi beautiful people, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Ru. Now what we're asking today, or what we're doing today, is asking the question, do they only see you as a friend, slash are they interested in you, slash do they see you the way you see them, so basically, do they feel the same, right? Do they feel the same the way you feel about them? So let's get into it. Okay, so for pile 1 we have 20 pesos 20 pesos, and we are using the deck, we are using the Nightmare Before Christmas deck. For pile 2 we have 2 pesos, and we are using the Horror Tarot. And for pile 3 we have 1 peso, and we are using the Disney Villains deck. The other decks that we are using is the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit. We are using the Wisdom of the Oracle, and we are also using Mystic Martian Oracle. So whichever tarot deck or pile you are more drawn to, that will be your reading. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you want to. I'm not making you, but if you want to, I will greatly appreciate it. But I'm very happy that you're here and watching this, so thank you for your support. Let's get into it. Hi pile 1, if you chose this 20 pesos, this reading is for you. Now before we get into tarot, I kind of want to, hopefully you can see that, but before we get into tarot, I want to see who this person is, and then we'll ask, are they interested in you the way you're interested in them, or do they feel the same, basically. Okay, anyway, let's see who this person is. All That Glitters, number 16, number 5, Anunnaki, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, and the Lion. Okay, can you see that? Can you see that? That's the question. Okay, cool. Okay. Okay, I can see why you might be very confused and when it comes to this person, because this person comes off very stoic, but they could, okay, this is very interesting because you might actually find them very attractive. That's the thing, like maybe a lot of people find them attractive, or that this person is just a very attractive person, right? However, beauty is subjective, and beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? However, I think when you see this person, you know that they're attractive, and I don't know if they know they're attractive, but you know they're attractive. But I think the thing about this that I think confuses you a little bit is this person doesn't show a lot of emotion. Like, you see the Lion here, like they're very stoic in that way, and I think they might not show a lot of emotion. So you're like, I don't know where I stand with this person. I don't know what this person means when they, like maybe they just have a very straight face and they don't have a lot of emotion. And yeah, with the mask and like these, like, I guess polar opposites of people, because like you see the sun, and then you see like it's the moon, and then it's like a pyramid, and it's like a spaceship. So it's like it's so polar opposite what you get with this person. Like, you never know what you're gonna get with this person. They could the signs that I'm seeing is, of course, fire energy, so that's Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo, especially Leo, because Lion, Leo, and then this is reminding me of Gemini or even Pisces. A lot of mutable energy here, so they could be a Gemini, Pisces, or a fire sign, especially Leo. Leo is very prominent here, or maybe they have really amazing hair, like you notice their hair a lot. But I think this person is a very interesting soul, only because they confuse you, and that's the thing. I don't know if you know who this person is, or like if you talk to this person, or if you're even in contact with this person. But if you are, or if you're not, I think it can still resonate of like, this person's just confusing. Like, this person could just come off very confusing. But the thing that it's making me smile and laugh, because like kind of like it's kind of humorous, because that's not their intention, you know. Like, I think their intention is never to confuse people, but I think they come off very confusing, which is so funny to me, because that's never their intention, you know. And that's why I'm kind of like smiling, because I think it's so interesting to see people that their intention is never to confuse you, but they still confuse you, you know. I kind of want to get dice on like the astrology dice that I have, just to see more energy here. But with all that glitters, I think this person, I wouldn't be surprised if they had a glow up. I don't know if you knew this person when they were like younger than they are now. Maybe they had a glow up, or they had like a, I don't know. I feel like this person could have had a glow up out of nowhere. And all that glitter is reminding me, like, this person could like be really good with their money. Maybe they know how to save. Yeah, I mean, you did choose the one with the most currency, right? Like 20 pesos. So it's like you got the one with the most currency. Oops, sorry if that was loud. So I feel like that means that this person could be really good with their money, or they know how to like protect and save their money. Maybe they're not out here like spending so much money on stuff that, like, maybe they're not as materialistic, you know, as a lot of people are, you know. I mean, I'm no judgment here, because I know consumerism is an illness, you know. And I think maybe this person is not as affected by it. They could be, I mean, I don't know. But I think if they do, I feel like this person really cares about their money, and they like saving it. Yeah, but I think this person just confuses you, because you don't know where you stand with this person, or like this person just comes off very like serious, like very serious face. And I think with the sun and the moon here, I think it's very light, or like, what's that saying, very night or day energy. Like, maybe there's some times that you have this, like, they look very happy, or they look very approachable, or they look very like sweet and nice. But then there's some days that they just look like they slept in the wrong side of the bed, you know. They just look like they woke up 2 hours before they, like, you know, like they look like no one can talk to them, you know. Like, it seems like they come off very moody, like, but maybe that's just how you perceive them. Again, they come off this way, but maybe that's how you perceive them. So really, really take that in account when I'm talking about this, because maybe this is just how you perceive them. But for all you know, that's not who they. Again, I did say this, like, I don't think their intention is to confuse you, but it could be that that's your perspective on this person. So please take that in consideration when you are getting readings on this person, or you're listening to this. Like, you know, your perspective is a specific perspective. Doesn't mean that this is who they are, right? Because I'm not sure if you know who this person is yet. Or like, I'm not sure if you are in contact with this person, or you know, if you know this person well. You could, but I'm just saying, like, you know, let people show you who they are, you know. So let's get some astrology dice. Okay, so we have Libra, we have Mercury, and we have 12. So they could have Mercury and Libra in the 12th house, meaning if they have Mercury and Libra in the 12th house, that would be, the 12th house would be Libra, meaning their rising would be Scorpio. So they could have a Scorpio rising. But Mercury in the 12th house, that would be if they have Virgo or Gemini in the 12th house. So if they have Virgo in the 12th house, they would be a Libra rising. They could be a Libra rising, or a lot of Libra energy, a lot of Venus energy. And then if they have Gemini in the 12th house, they could be a, what's after Gemini? Cancer? No, it's not. Yes, it is. Yeah, Cancer. Right? Yeah. So they could be a Cancer rising. Right? Am I doing that correctly? I think I am. If I'm not, I'm sorry. Anyway, so it's so interesting because Mercury's here and Libra and the 12th house. So I wouldn't be surprised if this person, they might only talk to people that they're comfortable with, because with the 12th house here, I wouldn't, like, this person could just come off very mysterious and very secretive, but only because maybe they're not comfortable around new people, or they're not comfortable with people that they don't know. But with Libra here, I think they're very Venus-like in a way that's like, maybe they are very friendly. They are very, that's what we are asking this question, right? Like, do they like you like that? Do they like you? Are they attracted to you? Or are they like romantically attracted to you, you know? So it's like, we're asking that question. And I feel like it's because this person could come off very friendly, but their intention is to only be friends, you know, and that's completely okay, and respect that decision. However, this person could come off very like sweet and very friendly, like that it might confuse you. Like, maybe this person flirts with you, but you see it as flirtation, but maybe they don't see it as flirtation, you know. Maybe there's like this miscommunication there, because I've like, people flirt themselves in relationship without even realizing it, right? And I don't know if this is the type of person that does this, because with this Libra energy, it could literally just be that they're just a very attractive person and people just find them very attractive. So it could, I feel like this Libra energy is not them like flirting with just anybody. I think they just genuinely are maybe very Venusian energy, like very attractive, like people are drawn to them, people want to talk to them, people notice them, you know, very Venusian. So especially if they have really nice hair, or like you know, like if they just look very presentable and very unique, people are gonna notice this person. Or they're just naturally very attractive person, so people notice them. So I feel like that's the energy here of this person. They could be very attractive, or you find them very attractive, and that's why you notice them, you know, that's why you notice them a lot, because you find this person very attractive. But I feel like this person could be a yapper with the Mercury here, like could be a yapper, but only yaps, or like only talks to people that they're close to, especially with the 12th house. So they could come off very mysterious and very dreamlike as well. I feel like this person might be connected to their dreams a lot. They could be dreaming a lot. Maybe they look like they're daydreaming all the time. Or it could look like their mind is always racing, you know, or thinking about the next thing. So yeah, let's get into tarot about if this person feels the same way. So I'm gonna leave these here. Okay, do they feel the same as you do, right? So we're using the Nightmare Before Christmas deck, because I kind of want to stay in like Halloween theme, you know, because it is October. So you chose the Nightmare Before Christmas. Out of nowhere, I just wanted to start speaking Spanish, because I'll tell you why. Because I was watching The Nightmare Before Christmas, but in Spanish, because I mean, I feel like watching watching movies, watching shows, especially kids shows, or like their target audience is children, and watching them in Spanish could elevate my Spanish, you know, could like help my Spanish out, you know, because I don't want my Spanish to leave, you know. So but I wanted to start speaking Spanish. So you could be bilingual, or you could be like, maybe you do speak primarily Spanish, or you speak mostly Spanish, or you could just be bilingual, or you just know how to speak Spanish, you know, and you know how to understand Spanish. So that could be significant for you. Or maybe this person speaks Spanish as well, like maybe you two speak a lot of Spanish together. Or just the language Spanish could be significant, or being bilingual could be significant. But I just wanted to share that. I don't know why. I wanted to share that if you are like struggling with your native tongue, watch movies or TV shows in that tongue, you know, in that language, because I think that could help you elevate your own language. You know, it doesn't have to be Spanish, you know. Disney's a very good resource for that, because Disney has almost a lot of languages. Like, they translate almost every movie to a lot of different languages, and that's why I think Disney's a really good resource for you to like understand your language, your native language way more, you know. So if you've been struggling with that, I mean, I would recommend starting there. You know, but that is, I'm sorry, like, that was a rant. I don't know why, but I wanted to share that with you, because maybe something about Spanish or something about being bilingual would be significant. Maybe you both are bilingual, and that's why there's a connection here, or something like that. Okay, does this person feel the same? Let's ask that question. I'm gonna get 4 cards, and then I think bottom energy. I mean, not bottom energy, bottom card energy. I'm sorry. Okay, let's go. Does this person feel the same way that you feel about them? Let's see. The Hermit. Okay, very shy energy. I don't do reverses. Okay, the King of Cups. Okay. What is this? The Six of Pentacles. Okay, I think that was very... Okay, the Six of Pentacles is very straightforward. Okay, but let's keep going. This person's a very shy person. I mean, I'm not surprised with that 12th house energy, you know? With that 12th house energy. So I wouldn't be surprised if they are a very shy person. That if you two have conversation, maybe you're the one that always initiates the conversation. Or somehow you two like only talk because you initiate it. And not in like a rude or like bad way. Like, it's more like you two are just friends. You two are just hanging out. And it's like, maybe you know this person because of work, or you know this person because of school, or you know this person because you see them like a lot of places, right? So you only talk to them because you're like making like small talk, you know? And maybe you're the one that's always initiating the small talk. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. It's just, I think this person's just a very shy person. They don't know how to initiate that. And that doesn't make them a bad person or anything. They just don't know how to do that. So I feel like they just rather stay still than to like potentially embarrass themselves, you know? But let's see. The Tower and Four of Presents. Kind of just want to come out. It's taking a while. Okay, yay. We have the Fool. Okay. I saw the Fool in my head, but I just didn't say it out loud because, you know. And at the bottom, we have the Queen of Candles, the Queen of Wands. Okay, yeah. Okay, can we see that? Can we see that? I can move this a little bit. Okay, let me see. Yes, we can see that. That's fun. Okay. Does this person feel the same? I'm gonna say yeah, and I'm gonna say that very confidently because of these cards right here. Now, the Hermit, I think this is a very much shy energy. This person could just come off very shy, and maybe that's why you're kind of confused on if this person's interested in you the way you are interested in them. I think this person is, and I think with the King of Potions here, I feel like it could be like maybe they were interested in you first, and you didn't notice until now. Like, maybe you two have been friends for a while, or you two have noticed each other a lot, and like maybe this person noticed you first, or like saw you more than a friend first, and then you're now noticing them more as a friend. So it could be like this person fell first, you know, or like liked you first, if that makes sense. With the Six of Presents, I feel like that's a very, very self-explanatory card. Six of Presents, Six of Pentacles, right? very reciprocation, right? Reciprocal energy. So it makes sense that it's here. And the Fool, I think the Fool is like telling, like, it's like, I feel like it's saying that new opportunities are in the horizon, right? New opportunities are in the horizon. However, it might not take a while to get there, but I think the Fool is very much like, if you want to go for it, go for it. You know, I think this Fool energy is very much like, go for it if that's how you feel, especially with the Queen of Wands here. Yeah, look, the Two of Cups, it was in reverse though. And I know I don't take reverses, but like, it's here for a reason. And I think it's because, like, the Two of Cups in reverse, in my opinion, is like, maybe there's not a lot of things happening between you two, but there's potential for it. Because with the Ace of Candles and the Queen of Candles, the Queen of Wands and the Ace of Wands, I think it's telling you that there's a lot of potential here, especially with the Fool. There's a lot of potential here. There's a lot of energy here, like, between you two, that isn't maybe prospering, only because maybe there's fear around that, or it's not as, like, maybe the energy between you two is not like, how do I say this, like, maybe y'all, how do I say this, like, I feel like there is energy between you two, for sure. Especially, like, even if you haven't talked to this person for a while, or maybe you haven't talked to them at all, but for some of you, I feel like you do talk to this person, or you have talked to this person, or you see this person. I don't know, there is this energy here. There is energy between you two. However, I think there is a need for, like, a push towards the direction to make this more concrete energy, if that makes sense. Because I feel like there's energy between you two. I feel like I'm just repeating, but maybe it's because, like, I'm repeating only because there could be, like, circumstances that were repeating between you two. You know, maybe you two see each other a lot but never talk to each other, or you two have a class together, or you work at the same time together, but you only talk for a little bit, but there's no, like, you know, there's nothing more than that. You know, there's nothing more than that. And I think this is a sign for you to, like, if you want, go for it. You know, with the Queen of Wands, you are the Queen of Wands. You can go for what you want. And I think more likely you will not get rejected, only because the Ace of Wands is here too. That confidence that you could gain, or that confidence that you have, could help you in the situation. Because I don't know if this person's gonna make a move towards you, or is gonna try to do something. This person could just come off very shy, and they don't know how you would react. So I think they rather, like, stay still and just see where the vibe goes. You know, I don't think they want to rush anything, and they don't want to force anything, and they don't want to make you feel like this is being forced, or they don't want to make you feel like this is that this is obligated for you to do. You know, I think this person just kind of wants to see where this goes. And if you initiate something, I think that's not gonna hurt. That's not gonna hurt what you two already have. It's gonna amplify the energy, and that could help you in the long run. So I think if you are interested in making a move, I think this is your sign that it's okay to make a move if you have the chance to. You know, never force anything, you know, but I think if you have a chance to make a move, go do it. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. And convince yourself that there's nothing wrong with making a move, and by making a move, it can literally just say hi, like, how are you, or like saying, like, oh, I've seen you around, but like, what do you do? Like, especially, like, if it's at work, you can just be like, oh, like, I didn't know you had this shift. You know, start a conversation very simple. You know, I didn't know you worked at this place at this time with, you know, or like, oh, I didn't know, you know, like, it could be anything. If you put yourself out there, it will come out very naturally, believe it or not. You know, so I think you are in control of the situation, and if you want to go for it, I think you should. I think this is a sign for you to go for it if you want to, like, speak to this person, or have a longer conversation with this person, or if you want to hang out with this person, depending on what your circumstance is. I think this is a really good sign for you to go for it, you know, because I think this person does see you the way you see them, you know. I do want to clarify the Hermit a little bit more, because I don't want to like be saying the wrong thing. I don't think I am, but what is this Hermit about? Because I do feel like this person notices you, because you see how they're looking up, like they're like, oh, so I feel like this person notices you, like they notice you without even, I feel like you don't even, yeah, the Empress and the Moon at the bottom. With the Empress, yeah, they notice you for sure with the Empress here. And I think they find you probably very, like, I heard pretty, like I think this person finds you very pretty, very attractive too. So like, you find them attractive, they find you attractive, go for it, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. But I understand, because I always say I'm a very awkward person. I know I'm very awkward. I just, sometimes I don't know how to keep a conversation going, so I just walk away. But not in like a rude way. I just like, oh, okay, you know, okay, nice seeing you, and walk away. Or like, oh, okay, cool, and walk away, because I don't know how to keep a conversation going sometimes, because I don't know what to ask or what to say, you know. And some people are not willing to share that much like, I'm not asking like personal questions. It's just like, sometimes you don't want people to believe that you're invading their privacy, even if that question is like, oh, what are you doing later today, or oh, when was the last time you took this shift, or when, like, you know, like simple questions. But it's like, you don't want to invade people's privacy, so I kind of just stay still. But then again, you have a lot of room here to grow, and you have a lot of room here to make conversation. So if you are willing to do that, I think this could be a good potential. Yeah, the Star. But with the Star and the Moon here, like, try not to overthink it, you know. Don't lose sleep over this, you know. Do not lose sleep over this, because it's not worth it. But it's okay to kind of like, just, if you want to make a move, you know, there's nothing wrong with that. And I think you have the confidence to do that as well. You have the confidence. It's just, maybe you just don't know how, or like, to go about it, you know, which is understandable, you know. And I can't tell you truly how to do it. It's just, it should come off very naturally for you. Because if it feels kind of like you're forcing something, maybe that's not the way to do it, you know. So yeah, I think I'm gonna leave that there. Oh wait, I wanted to like do something. I have like these charms that I did, that I like put in like, so, in this little bag, because I don't know, I've seen them in like other tarot readings, and I thought it was cute. So I'm gonna get, because there's only a little bit in here, so I'm just gonna do like 2 or 3. Okay, we have, ooh, and a hair. Okay, the Cheshire cat, I don't know how to pronounce that, in a bottle, like it's like a bottle. And then we have a blue heart, and then we have a basketball. So again, they could be sporty, they could play basketball, or maybe you feel like you're jumping through hoops when it comes to this person. Like, maybe you have tried to talk to this person, but somehow it just didn't work out, or somehow it just didn't happen. Like, maybe you tried to talk to this person, or you tried to make conversation, but maybe it just didn't work out the way maybe you were planning to do that. Ay, bless me, thank you. But yeah, maybe that's a blessing in disguise, you know. Like with my sneeze, it's like, maybe it's okay that this didn't work out the first time, you know. Maybe it's okay that it didn't work out the first time, because now with more practice, you can actually throw it, you know. Like, you can actually make this, I don't know anything about basketball, but you know, you can actually win something, you know. Maybe you needed a little bit more practice to make this happen. So I think this is your sign that you have practice, or like you have like gained some knowledge regarding the situation. I think it's okay to move forward with that. And with this blue heart, I think it just shows I think this blue shows like the, like, I don't know, like I see this as like sort of like heartache or like sadness, you know, sadness in the heart, because I think, I feel like maybe there's a part of you or part of this person or both of you that are still healing situations in their past, you know, like this could be like you are still dealing with the heartache of a past person or somebody in your past that hurt you, or you know, stuff like that. And I think this person could be dealing with the same thing, you know, not that you haven't moved on or this person haven't moved on, it's just I feel like you both are just going through the motion and healing your past heartache, you know, like I think you both are still in the process of feeling or of healing that, you know. And I think that's okay. We're people, we're human, you know, and that's normal to heal. Like I think we all as humans, personally, this is my opinion, we're all healing from something, you know, we're all healing from something. So this one is so interesting because a smile could be significant, like smiling at this person or this person smiling at you, or somehow like a smile in general could be very significant here. Or like start with a smile, you know, maybe that's the saying, like start with the smile, you know, you don't have to like start a whole conversation, like start with a smile. A smile could always go a long way, you know. And because I'm thinking about the saying that the cat says, we're all mad here, you know. This person is just human, you know, like this person is just a human just like you. They're just a person just like you. You don't have to see them as anything more or anything less, you know, they're just a person, and they should see you that way as well. You should see each other as people, and move forward with that, you know. They're just people, they're just a person like you're just a person, you know. And I get that people can be mean, people can reject you in a very harmful way or very like mean way, but if they reject you, they more likely will do it in a nice way. I'm not saying that they will, you know. All I'm saying is that there's no need to assume things, you know, with you know, there's no need to assume things. You shouldn't assume that this person's gonna be mean to you. You shouldn't assume that this person's gonna reject you. You shouldn't assume that this person's gonna do this or that. No, just let this person be, you know, and you be as well, you know. You be a person as well, you know. So yeah, that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, let me know. If you didn't enjoy this, please let me know, but I'm sensitive, so please be nice to me. I hope it resonated. Thank you so much for watching, and you should subscribe if you have a feeling to do that, you know. Like I will love you forever. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next, hopefully. Bye. How about if you chose this 2 pesos or 2 pesos, this reading is for you. Now, before we get into tarot, I do want to see who this person is. So let's get into it. So we have number 15, message in a bottle. We have a fire ant, and we have number 34, Ouroboros. Okay, can you see that? Yes, you can. I can move it a little bit. Okay. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if you're already like talking to this person, at least somewhat, with the message in a bottle. And if you aren't talking with this person, I think you're about to. Let's just say that. Or, but for a lot of you, I think you are talking to this person, or like there is like a back and forth energy of communication here. However, this person could come off very, very anxious, and like very like, maybe they don't know what they're maybe they don't know your intentions, or maybe they just don't know what's next. And I think that's what makes them very anxious of oh, I don't know what's next, like what's happening here, you know. I'm very confused in that way. And it's so interesting because I don't think you're intentionally making them confused. I think they just could be very prone to anxiety, and they just overthink a lot. And they just don't know how to like move forward with that. With the fire ant though, I do want to say like this, they could be a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. And I think this person is like, this person could call, you know how like, have you ever been in a position that you're just waiting for someone to text you? Because we all been there, you know, we all been there, romantically or not. Like, we're just waiting for somebody to text us, and like, you put it on do not disturb, yet you keep checking if they texted you or not. But it's like I feel like that's where this person is at right now. Like, I think this person is like excited about this, but also very anxious about this. Like, they want to talk to you, but like let's say you're texting this person, you're talking to this person, and then they text you, and then it takes you like an hour to respond because maybe you got busy, or maybe you just forgot, or genuinely you just don't want to talk to anybody right now. And that's completely fine too. I think people forget that one, that sometimes people just don't want to talk. Something, they don't want to talk to you, and that's okay too. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay to have these feelings, and I think people shouldn't be shamed for having these feelings, you know. Nobody should want to talk to you 24/7. You know, that's not that. I don't think that's the healthiest way to connect with people, you know. Of course, people should want to be around you and want to be in a connection with you, but sometimes talking to a certain person, or talking to people, or just talking in general, takes a lot of energy, and something you don't want to do that, you know. Something you just want to focus on what you're doing and on yourself, you know. But I think whatever the reason is, like, maybe let's say you're texting this person, and then out of nowhere, like an hour or 2 hours pass and you haven't texted this person. I wouldn't be surprised if this person like starts becoming anxious because of that. And like, maybe to them you're playing games with them, but in reality it's just like you just forgot to text back, you know, or like you just didn't feel the need to text back right away. Or if your intention is to not text this person and like an hour or two to make them anxious, that's a form of manipulation, and manipulation is never okay. So please consider that if you are doing that on purpose. But if you're not doing that on purpose, then you know you're not, you know, then you're not doing it on purpose, you know. But okay, that fell. I do want to do the astrology dice, to get more information of this person. Maybe you do feel like this person is pretty anxious, or like they could be a very anxious person. And it's not something that you choose, like it's not something that you intentionally do, it's just something that they do naturally. I feel like this person could thrive in words of affirmation. I think that their love language could be words of affirmation. Or like one of their main love languages could be words of affirmation. Okay, can I get more energy of like who this person is? Okay, so we have the first house. I think that's Neptune, but I'll check. And then Taurus. Let me check if is that Neptune, Saturn? What is that? Okay, that is Neptune. Okay. And then they could have Neptune and Taurus. But Neptune is a generational planet, so I don't know how old you would be if you have Neptune and Taurus. They could have Neptune in the first house, or they could be like a Pisces rising or a Taurus rising, because the first house is your rising. And Neptune is ruled by Pisces, or Pisces is ruled by Neptune. I can never know how to say that correctly. Anyway, but they could be like a Pisces rising or Taurus rising, very Venusian energy, because Pisces is exalted in Venus and Taurus is ruled by Venus. So very Venusian energy. This person come off very Venusian. They could be like very like doll, like they're like, they could, because I'm seeing somebody that's like like has blush, you know, like they look like a doll, you know, they could have very long eyelashes, or have like very like cheeks that have a lot of blush on it, you know. So I don't know, they feel very doll like, you know. So, but they don't have to be that way. But I do feel like this person could come off very Venusian in a way that's like they could just be very attractive, or they come off very charismatic, or they're very sweet and like always down to talk to people. They come off very, just very sweet energy. And like I see like cheeks that are like super like big, you know, like they're like their cheekbones are like there, you know, they're very prominent, like their cheekbones could be very prominent, or like when they smile their cheeks are like very very like prominent. Like their smile could be very prominent as well. So yeah, and they could be very dreamy as well, like they could come off very dreamy, but also they could dream a lot of Piscean energy in that. And if you're like, oh, I never thought they were anxious, like I didn't think they cared, I feel like that Taurus energy is very heavy here, of like, oh, like they are very anxious, but they might not show it to you because, you know, they don't want to confuse the energy, or like they don't want to make you overthink, or they don't want you to think that they care as much, you know. It's a whole thing. But let's get into tarot to see if they feel the same. Okay, let's do, I'm doing 4 cards and bottom deck, the bottom card, the bottom card deck, bottom deck card energy. Okay, let's get into it. I don't do reversals by the way, I feel like I need to keep them like that. Anyway, do they feel the same? Hey, you got the Ace of Swords. I don't do that. The Ace of Swords. The Three of Pentacles. Nine of Swords. Let's get one more. Okay. And at the bottom we have the Empress. Okay, pile 1 could be significant. I had a feeling that pile 1 could be helpful for you too if you want to watch that one, but you don't have to. If this is resonating, then, you know, just keep watching. But let me see if you can see all that. Okay, yay. The Ace of Swords, Three of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, Three of Wands, and the Empress at the bottom. Okay. do they feel the same? I mean, they already feel kind of anxious when they're around you, or like they already feel kind of anxious in the situation. But I think that's just because they naturally are anxious. Like maybe new situations, new opportunities, new experiences make them anxious, which is completely normal. You know, we all get somewhat of anxiety when we are in new positions in life. But do they feel the same way? I would say yeah. And in that way, like, yeah. But I think they overthink it so much that they can't even let themselves feel. I think they overthink so much that they don't even let themselves enjoy moments with you, or enjoy what you two have, or enjoy this situation with you, you know? Because for some of you, I wouldn't like you could be friends with this person. For some of you could be dating this person, you know. For some of you, you could just be like hanging out some days, some not. And I feel like this this person wants to be around you. That's the thing. They want to be around you. They want to work this out. They want to work with you, you know, with the Three of Pentacles here. However, with the Ace of Swords, well, I mean, with the Nine of Swords, I'm sorry, with the Nine of Swords, I think they overthink it. And I think because they overthink it, they don't know how, like, they stay still. You know, I think that's where they get very, very, like, confused and not knowing what to do. It was raining for a little bit, and what I thought about was Encanto, the movie Encanto, the Disney movie. The song that goes, the song that is like, we don't talk about Bruno, and one of the characters, like her power or like her gift, I think it's their gifts, was that she can like something about weather, right? And I'm seeing her with the gray cloud on top that it's like rain. Like whenever she gets mad or like sad or frustrated, like the cloud gets on her and it starts raining on her. And I think that's how this person is. I think this person is very much like anxiety driven without even realizing it. Like they just get very, and they might not even show that they're acting this way, but I feel like inside they're like all over the place, you know? So yeah, I think this person does feel the same way, but they might not be able to express it authentically only because they overthink everything. And I think, of course, it's not your job to not make them overthink, but I feel like hopefully this person understands that this is okay feeling, you know, this is okay to do. Like it's okay to be together, to enjoy each other's company without overthinking. But I think this person is just an overthinker at best, you know. So yeah, I think I'll just leave that there for, oh no, I did charms for my last reading, so let's do charms here. I only have a little bit, so I will only do like 2 or 3. So let's see. Okay, so you got 4. Okay, so we have, oh, the Justice, another tarot deck. We have like this little, I want to say like little, it's like a hat, but you know, we have a white bunny. And again, like if you were drawn to the first one, watch the first one too. I feel like that could some parts could resonate. With this white rabbit, I do feel like this person, I feel like this person is afraid to F this connection up. You know, I feel like they're afraid to mess this connection up. And I think that's why if you are experiencing this person like running away from this, or you feel like this person is running away from this, I don't think you're wrong. I think if anything, this person is just very anxious to like ruin something good, so they're like, oh, well, I'll just leave, you know, I won't ruin anything. Like if I just walk away, nothing bad is gonna happen, you know. But in reality, they're probably walking away from something that could be very good for them, you know. um I wouldn't be surprised if this person wants you to follow them. Like if they run away, I feel like they want you to chase them. And I'm not saying that you are or you should. Maybe you know better than to chase somebody, because nobody should want to be chased and nobody should chase anyone. You know, as people, we should pursue each other if that's what we want to do, but nobody should chase anybody. And I think this person wants you to chase them. Now, if you choose to chase them, that's going to be your own choice and no judgment here. However, I do feel like this person, could you see that? I was moving I don't know if you could see that, but I feel like this person is hoping that you would chase them, or hoping that you show them that you want them there by chasing them. And if that does not sound like you want to do that, you don't have to do that. But I do think this person is just a very anxious person. Like maybe they feel like they're running out of time, you know, like they're running out of time to be with you or something like that. And then with this hat, I feel like you know a lot of information about this situation, and this person does too. You both are very knowledgeable, and I think knowing the information now and knowing the information before this reading is helping you to decide if you want to stay or if you want to go, or if you want to pursue this more, you know. Trust yourself, trust your mind in this situation. You know, try to follow your own heart, and try to follow your own passion, and try to follow your own decisions, you know. And I think with the Cheshire cat, whatever, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I feel like if you're questioning this connection, that's okay. You know, if you're questioning this connection, or if you're like, oh, is this connection good for me, or is this good for us? Like, is this good for them? Is this good for me? Trust that question, you know, trust yourself in that. And be honest with yourself, and be honest with what you do and what you choose to do, you know. There's nothing wrong with that, you know. That doesn't make you a bad person. And with the Justice here, I think there is a need to balance this connection out at least a little bit more. I think maybe this is a very anxiety driven connection, and maybe it's okay to put space between you two. I think having space could be beneficial. Just because you have space between somebody doesn't mean it's an ending, you know. Like sometimes space is good for it not to end, you know. So having space could balance this connection, but also to balance this connection, there's a need to stay still, you know. Like if you feel like you're chasing this person, or this person's chasing you, maybe it's okay to kind of stay still right now, to not ruin something that could potentially be good, you know. So yeah, I think I'm gonna leave that there. Thank you so much for watching. You should subscribe if this resonated, or if it didn't, you should still subscribe, because maybe I do have a video for you that could resonate later, or now, or you know. I would greatly appreciate it, but you don't have to. It's not obligation. I'm just thankful that you're watching this and that you watch it to the end. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next, hopefully. Bye. Hi pile 3, if you chose this 1 peso or un peso, this ring is for you. I'm gonna try to leave it in the frame. Okay, before we get into the tarot, I kind of want to see who this person is. So we have Thinker, number 44, and Higher Power, number 4. Okay, so 444 could be significant. you guys got 2 cards here. So we also have number 29, Flower of Life. This one's cute. And Black Egg. Oh wow. Okay, purple, pink, purple. Okay. Who is this person? I want to meet this person. Who is this person? This person seems very interesting, like just very like connected, you know? Like this person feels like very like they could be a healer of some kind, either because they do work in healing people physically, emotionally, or something like that, or maybe they do tarot like this, you know, maybe they do readings like this, or they practice tarot, or like this person could be very, how do I say this, just like very like in tune with themselves. And I think that's a very beautiful thing to do, because this person seems very in tune with themselves, and I think that's very precious. Before I get more involved in this, I do want to read Black. Oh, like I want to know if I remember what Black Egg is, because I don't want to assume one thing and it's like another thing. I think it's, if I remember, it's like, I think this was the voice or something like that. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Speaking from an authentic voice, the truth. So if you want to read that, if you want to pause and read, you can. I'm not going to read it all. I just wanted to know that I was like correct. I think this person thinks before they speak. You know, I think this person knows what to say and what not to say. They know what to keep in mind and what to say out loud. But also, I think this person is not afraid to say what's on their mind. You know, I don't think they're afraid to say what's on their mind. They're not afraid to speak out. They're not afraid to use their voice for the good in life and for the good for themselves as well. That lyric of I rather what is that? It's an Ariana Grande song. I'll put it in the description down below, but it's the one that goes and make it harder for you. Like I rather, oh, how does it go? How does it go? Wait, okay, now I need to search it up. Let me figure it out. I'd rather tell the truth and make it harder for you. I think that's how it goes. And I think it's intro. If I remember correctly, I think it's intro. But let me figure it out. Oh yeah, look, I don't care. I'd rather tell the truth than make it worse for you. Yeah, it is intro. It's I don't care. I'd rather tell the truth than make it worse for you. And I think this person is not afraid to tell it how it is, you know, or be honest. You know, I think they're not afraid to be honest with you, or honest in general with other people. And I think that's very beautiful, because I think they're very authentic like that. I think they're very authentic. And I think this person isn't afraid to be honest and to share their thoughts, you know, like if they have a question, they're gonna ask it, you know, if they want to share something, they're gonna share it, you know, like they're not afraid. And I think it's because they feel very protective in life. Like they feel that their ancestors, their universe, God, anybody that they believe in are protecting them. Like higher power is protecting this person, and they feel like they're being protected too. So I think that's why they're not afraid to share what's on their mind, you know, because they might, what they're saying is never, you know, I don't want to assume, but like maybe whenever they talk, or whenever they ask a question, or whenever they say something, it's not because they're trying to be mean or rude. It's just because they generally feel the need to say or ask that, you know. Nothing like wrong with that. Yeah, and they could have a good singing voice as well. Like maybe, especially with the black egg, I wouldn't be surprised if they know how to sing, or they have a good singing voice, or maybe they have a very prominent voice. Like if they, like it's just like whenever they speak, it's them. Very, very prominent voice. So I don't know, I feel like this person is just a joy to be around with, like to be around. Like they make a lot of people happy. I think this person makes a lot of people happy, and it makes a lot of people just happy to be there. I feel like this person makes people feel safe as well. Again, they could be a natural healer as well. So let's get astrology dice to get more information of this person. Okay, so we have 5th house, I think that's Neptune, because I got it in the last reading too, and then Libra. Okay, I feel like a lot of these readings could be interconnected, but let me just make sure that is Neptune, because yes, it is Neptune. So they could have Neptune and Libra in the 5th house. They could have I think if they have, sorry, I was stretching. If they have Libra in the 5th house, I think they would be a Gemini rising, if I recall. Libras are like very fun people, but they're also very like serious in that way. They know how to be serious and they know how to have fun. And I think this is a very diplomatic type of person. Like they know how to have fun, but they also know how to like settle down and like calm down and be serious when the time is right. That's very Libra energy in my opinion, because Libra is also, it's exalted in Saturn, right? Libra's exalted in Saturn, so they have this seriousness to them, right? But because being very Venusian, they know how to go with the flow. They know how to live life, but also be very serious about it. And I think this person knows how to be diplomatic, but also be very I heard persuasive. Like this person could come off very persuasive as well. And I think this person is just very like so in tune with themselves. They know how to move towards others, they know how to connect with others well. Or even if they aren't intentionally trying to connect with them well, I think they naturally have this like to them. They have this to them that they know how to connect with other people, especially by using their voice. Again, they could be somebody that sings or makes music, because this person could like connect with people by making music as well, or by singing, or by being talented. So yeah, let's get into oh man, it was Neptune and it was Libra. Okay, let's get into tarot. And no wonder you got 2 cards, because I feel like this person's like very like prominent. Like this person just comes off very like there, like they shine, if anything. Like I think this person shines in everything that they do. But I feel like they come off very humble as well, which makes them like a very like good person, Who is this person? Or like just a very cool person to be around. Okay, do they feel the same way? Okay, let's ask. Do they feel the same way? Sorry. Do they feel the same way? This is 8, right? 1, 2, 3. 8 of Swords. they feel the same? The Two of Coins, and then the Ten of Wands. Do they feel the same? And this is Nine of Wands. Okay, very heavy energy. Automatically, I am gonna be honest here, I don't think they feel the same way. And it could be because maybe you hurt this person in the past, or this person just isn't looking for something romantically right now. Especially if this is a more romantic energy. I mean, my intention is for this to be like more of a lovey, romantic type of reading. But if it's not, I would suggest maybe looking at other piles or another reading, because this might not be for you. But I do feel like this person is not looking for a relationship right now. I think they're not out here actively looking for a relationship. So I think that's why they don't see you that way, because they don't see anybody that way. You know, because especially if you haven't shown this person that you're interested in them. Like, if you show them that you're interested in them, that could change the dynamic here. But if you haven't shown them and you're like, okay, do they feel the same way? I don't think they have anything to work with here. You know, you can't assume that someone's gonna like you if they don't know you. You know, and I think this person is very like practical in that way, that they have to get to know the person first before actually like falling for them or liking them in that way. So like, if you two are friends, like I'm assuming they do like you as a friend, because you know, why would you be friends with somebody if you don't like them? But I feel like at the same time they feel very neutral towards you, only because you haven't shown them that you're interested in them. And I think they need somebody to show them that they're interested in them to move forward with that, you know, to move forward to see if they actually are interested in you. Because I don't think they are seeing you more romantic wise, because they don't like, they just don't think about it, you know. It's not something on their mind. And I feel like for a lot of you, you haven't shown that you find this person that you see them more in a romantic light. And I think because of that, this person just kind of just stay still and do whatever they have to do in life, you know. They try not to overthink it. I wouldn't be surprised if this person is very intuitive though. Like, this person could come off very intuitive in a way that's like, maybe they know that you have like feelings for them, and maybe they already know that you have feelings for them, and they try to like keep their space with you because maybe they're not looking for anything with you right now. You know, maybe they're just not looking for anything right now, and that's okay too. Like, nobody's obligated to be with somebody, you know. But if you, to be honest, I don't know. Like, I don't think this person sees you the way you see them right now. And I say right now because energy can change. But if you know that this person's not interested in you, respect that. You know, respect that boundary. You don't have to like keep proving yourself that, or like try to change someone's feelings or mind. You know, like if they already have their mind set up, let them, you know. It could hurt, but it's for the better. You know, respect people's boundaries, respect people's decisions. But yeah, I don't think this person is like seeing you the way you see them. So before we leave, let's get into charms, because I'm doing charms now. Well, I'm trying to do charms. We'll see. Okay. We have the butterfly and this blue heart. I do feel with this butterfly, there's transformation for you in the horizon. You know, like I think there's transformation for you to, like, I think you know that there's a need to change something within yourself, and I think you're gonna go after that. You know, it's a process, but you're going after that. And I think once you're a butterfly, you understand why this change had to happen. You know, even if it did hurt, you know, because with this blue heart, I think this could mean like your heart is still intact, but it could come off wary with, like, maybe it was hurt in the past, or you feel very hurt in this position that you have feelings for somebody but it's not reciprocated, that hurts, you know, and that it's okay to admit that. But I think because of that, now you can change into this butterfly, you know, you can transform into this butterfly. And I think you have the potential to be this butterfly. So go for that. You know, don't stay as a caterpillar your whole life. Especially if you have a potential to change into a butterfly. And I know that it hurts sometimes, but I promise you that better things are coming towards you, especially if you choose to change and you choose to transform yourself in a better person and better opportunities and better situations in life, because you deserve to be happy. You deserve to transform into the best version of yourself, you know. So yeah, I think I'm gonna leave that there. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this resonated, and I hope that you're feeling okay, and I hope everything's okay with you. Thank you so much for watching. You can always subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next. Bye.